Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is time to get real. Are you ready? Are you ready for today? So, up to now, we have covered 6 of our success habits that we are going to be practicing for our real life success challenge beginning on November 2nd. And the first 6 are silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and writing. And today we're talking about the 7th success habit that you will be practicing, and it is listening. Okay. Good morning, Tammy. It is listening. And listening actually to something very specific. All right. This is going to take you roughly 15 minutes a day. And it is extremely important because it will help to keep you motivated. I am not going to make you guess. I'm just going to tell you. So your 7th success habit is to listen to my real life videos every day for these 21 days and to share with one person each day. And I think most of us taking the challenge already do that. So this will not necessarily be additional time. So the only thing that maybe will be a little different here for you will be sharing the video with a friend. So you can share it from this Facebook page, or you can share it from YouTube. So I'm asking you to listen to this real life podcast, if you will, every day and share it with one friend. And here's the reason I'm doing that. Because if you remember way back when we talked about motivation, I did a whole episode dedicated to motivation, and you have to renew that motivation daily. So at the beginning of this success challenge, you are going to be pumped. You're going to be pumped. You'll probably be pumped for maybe even the first week. You're going to be pumped until you kind of start feeling blah, and you kind of start realizing that, oh, I have to do this every day, and oh, 21 days feels longer than I thought it was going to, and oh, I don't have time, and oh, and so you're going to be really motivated at first, but you are going to need to continue to renew that motivation daily. And so that's the reason I come to you every day. That's the reason I share with you every day. And that's the reason I want you to listen every day and then share with one person. This is going to serve 2 purposes: motivation for you, and then hopefully growth of our real life family for us. So we want to touch and reach as many people as possible, because if you're listening, I know you like it and think it's valuable, and I want you to share that with people as well. So that's what you're going to have to do. Now, my whole podcast experience, the reason I started or decided I wanted to do something like this is let me put it this way, that my purpose was helping people through this podcast or through motivating them, is because I started listening to podcasts myself, taking the challenge at the gym in Lapeer. And so one of the things that we had to do was listen to a 10-minute podcast every day. And I had no idea which one to start with. And so I just asked the group for some suggestions. And there was 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. There's quite a few suggestions. And I started listening to 1 or 2. Just not for me. It was very get in touch with your feelings, very soft, very centered and grounded. I'm sorry. It just irritated me. And so that was not my style of podcast. And so I just kept trying. And one of the suggestions, and you've heard me recommend this, was MWF Motivation with Rob Dial. So MWF Motivation with Rob Dial, he goes by the Mindset Mentor. You can find his podcast. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Spotify and anywhere that you would listen to a podcast. And so I started listening to him, and right away I loved him because he was practical. He was practical, and he gave me a topic. It was relatively concise, short, and functional. And then he gave me something to do. to help me with what I was going through. And so that is why I started listening to podcasts, and it has completely changed my mindset. It has inspired me to change for the better and to realize that I was kind of stuck in a rut. And so I wanted to share with you today something that he said he was talking about. So this is again Rob Dial speaking, not me. I'm taking this from him a little bit. I'm cheating. But his question was, how do you work yourself out of feeling blah, just kind of like in a rut? And he gave 3 suggestions. And the first one was to change your physical state. So physically change where you are and what you're doing. So that means if you're sitting at a desk all day, you get up, once an hour and take a 5-minute walk or run up and down the stairs. Or if you're at home on a Sunday and you're just feeling kind of lazy and you're in your sweats and you're just feeling blah and run down and just lethargic, you put on some exercise clothes and go for a run. If you're just in the kitchen and you're cooking and cleaning and you can't take it anymore, you get out and you start dancing, listening to music and start dancing. But anything just to change your physical state and to generate the energy needed to feel energized. So that was his first tip to change that feeling of being blah. Second one was to brainwash yourself, and that's what we're doing here. He said, listen to motivational audiobooks and podcasts and read motivational books and self-help books. And listen to, inspiring songs, listen to uplifting, upbeat music. Just brainwash yourself continuously when you're cooking dinner, when you're in the car, if you have it on the background while you're working, while you're working out, while you're going for a walk, whatever, just to have that continuous feed of positivity and motivation that comes from someone else. And then to do a fuel check. So if you're feeling really lethargic and run down, most likely for a lot of us, it has to do with what we're eating. We're not fueling ourselves right. We're just giving ourselves, processed crap food and too much sugar and too much caffeine and too many energy drinks that really are giving us the spike, but then just bringing us down so that we just can't get motivated. And so maybe to check what you're eating as well. So those were his 3 tips today, was to change your physical state, brainwash yourself, and do a fuel check if you're kind of feeling blah. And that resonated with me, and it'll give me something to think about, and it gives me something to check. And so that is what I want you to use this for, is to keep that motivation, continue to get a new stream, a new feed of ideas and tips so that you can generate the energy needed in order to go out and do that. Not only do this challenge, because this is kind of just a fun thing that we're doing to springboard, but into our real lives so that we can create the best relationships, eating and exercise, achieving and loving yourself that we can possibly manage. And to go out and do it with purpose, and to go out and do it to be fulfilled, so that you don't really get the feelings of blah anymore. And if you do, you know how to deal with it. And so that is your 7th success habit, is to listen to this podcast or these Facebook live streams every day and to share them with one friend. That'll take you about 15 minutes. And for most of us, we're already doing that anyway. So if you're already doing that, that is still a requirement of the challenge, but you could add in another podcast, check out something else that you might get a different perspective, a different point of view. And it's always good to have another voice in your head. So that will be something, the next thing that we're going to do on a daily basis. So I think with those 15 minutes, we're up to around 53 minutes a day. Okay, so we're up to about 53 minutes a day spending on being successful and being the best possible us that we can be. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. Do that today. Listen to this, obviously, and then I want you to share this video with one friend, and then research some other podcasts. Check out that MWF Motivation with Rob Dial. Ask for suggestions. If you have something that you listen to, then an audiobook or a podcast, please comment in the comments of this video, because I'm always looking for something new to look at. And then I'm going to share a personal note. Last night I got a text from my cousin. Hi, Joy, if you're listening, asking me for book recommendations because she wants to start reading like me. You guys, I know I'm living my purpose when I can inspire somebody to do something that 2 months ago I couldn't even see myself doing. So, yeah, I'm in the right place. And so I want to thank you all for those feedbacks and those comments. You have no idea how much that feeds me and how much that keeps me going. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. Thank you for sharing. I am here for you. I want to help you. If there's anything else I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I will do whatever I can to make your real life more achievable, more exciting, more fulfilling, and easier for you. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.